Let's create our first line work. We're going to start by looking at the functionality of AutoCAD's line command. I'm going to come up to my Open icon and click, and in the Select File dialog, I'm going to select the first drawing using the line command, and then I'm going to come down and click Open. Now on our screen, we can see a large green rectangle. This rectangle represents our sandbox. We're going to use the sandbox to learn the functionality of the line command. Now before we get started, I want to come down to the bottom of the screen, and I want you to verify that your mode settings match mine. I'm going to turn all of my mode settings, with the exception of model, off. I want them all in the up position. So let's get started. I'm going to create a line. So I'm going to come over to my draw toolbar and I'm going to click on the line icon. And when I do, if we look at the command line, we can see AutoCAD is asking us to specify first point. I'm just going to pick a point on my screen. And as I move my cursor, notice I'm getting the rubber band effect. If we look at the command line again, AutoCAD is asking us to specify next point. This means if I click a point on screen, I can click another, I can click another, I can click another, and I can keep going, and every place I click, AutoCAD's going to create a line. When I'm finished creating my line, I can right-click and select Enter to get out of the command. Let's launch the line command again. I'm going to come back to my Draw toolbar, and I'm going to click on the line icon, and then I'm going to pick a point on my screen to start my line segment. Now I'm going to click just a couple more points. We'll get into it a little bit, and now let's look at the command line. In addition to AutoCAD's request to specify next point, I also have some sub-options. Several commands in AutoCAD contain sub-options, and these options give us additional functionality in our commands. Let's see how we can access a sub-option. I'm going to try undo. Let's say I've gotten this far in my line and I've made a mistake. I want to back up one segment. If I right-click in my context-sensitive menu, my sub-options are available right here. I'm going to select undo, and when I do, AutoCAD backs up one segment. I can right-click again and select undo. We back up one more. So I can use the undo feature, or the undo sub-option, to go forward and backward as I draw. Let's look at the close sub-option. If I continue my line segment up along the top, at this point I'm going to stop and I'm going to right-click and select the close sub-option. And when I do that, AutoCAD is going to snap a line from wherever I happen to be back to where I started. Now the line work that I've been creating, it's very abstract. It also has no geometric value. Let's create another line segment, and this time we'll actually apply some real dimensions. I'm going to come over and launch my line command again. I'm going to pick a point on screen to start. This time as I pull off in a direction, I'm going to type a distance. In this case, I'm going to type in 10 and hit Enter. I have just created a line segment 10 units long in the direction I happen to be pulling. This is called direct distance entry. Let me take and pull in a downward direction. I'm going to type in 5 and hit Enter. I've just created a line segment 5 units long. Let me pull back in this direction. I'm going to type 12 and hit Enter. And let's finish this guy up. I'm going to right-click and select Close. Now, although we're still scribbling, our line work is based on real dimensions. Now that we have a functional understanding of how to use the line command, we're ready to move on to our next lesson where we will learn how to create some geometrically accurate line work.